Hey everybody, it's Michael, and what I want to talk about today is a grip modification. This particular grip modification probably originated probably in the 90s. There's probably examples of it throughout firearms history, but 90s is where it kind of became popular and died off, and kind of has a resurgence now. And I'm going to show you what it is. It is a cheap and effective way to add texture and girth to the grip. Now, you may not need this. There are plenty of examples out there. We could have talon grips, handle grips. We can throw hockey tape on, goon tape on, something like that. Even on my 19 here, I just bought the sheet of the sandpaper grips. Okay, a little bit cheaper. I cut basically a 1 inch by 2.5 inch squares, have tons of them, and I stick them to the gun where I want to have that particular traction. However, with the sandpaper grips, it may not be 100% feasible to put it on your body against your skin and conceal carry that. So this is just an option. And the way you can go about doing this is why I'm just telling you. This is like a $3 DIY job. So what you're going to need if you're even experimenting with this, because sometimes you might have a grip such as like the Glock grip where you have interchangeable back straps, or a Walther PDP, and for some reason you might be in between sizes. I tend to stick with a medium, but I like the standard grip, and sometimes I feel like I want the large grip, but every time I do it, I'm right in between sizes. Okay. So this is a good way to add, again, girth, but the rubber on this particular modification, it sticks. So in a lot of cases, it's going to be better than the stippling that you have on there. It will wear out though, but let me go into it. All you need to do is go to Walmart and get a 24-inch bicycle tube. That's it, bicycle tube, about $3. Okay, and what you're gonna do is go into your med pack and take your trauma shears, or try to get some type of fabric shears, and you're gonna cut yourself about 1.5 inch, 2-inch strip out of there. Okay, just enough that you know you're gonna need for your particular grip. And so once you cut it, you'll see that. See, I get on the camera here. There's these ridges coming down. So as they form the rubber tube, they have all these spots where they're bound together. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll this inside out, and so it's going to look like this. So all the ridges are sitting on the inside. The outside is basically perfectly smooth. You'll see this coating on here, this dust coating. That's just a simple coating so that when they store the rubber, that as it's being compressed, it doesn't actually re-adhere to each other. So this, not an issue. You stick it on the gun. You could spray it with rubbing alcohol or a carbon cleaner or something like that, and it'll come right off. Okay. So that's what you can see on this CZ P10. What I did, I have a Glock 25 as well. Okay, Gen 3, and so I put the grip around there as well. I used to have it on my 19 when I carried this one, more concealed carry, but now I don't. And one of the reasons you could also do this is, if you watched my previous video, if you do the Glock chop, take the backstrap off and you chop it off. For instance, on this blue gun, this is a large backstrap, and I'm going to snap this in. It's obviously not installed. Okay, so now I have a much more 1911-ish angle going on here. Okay, but I do got this ridge right here, and it feels fine. But you might think aesthetically that ridge there just kind of bugs you. So what you can do is get this tube right here and wrap it around so that it's kind of covering up and blending this grip modification. Or not. Again, on this CZ, this is the medium backstrap, and so when I put the large backstrap on, the hump back here was just digging into my hand. Same thing with the Walther PDP and the large backstrap, because this is a pretty narrow narrow gun. And so that almost feels like an axe blade when you put the large backstrap on. So I went with the a medium backstrap, added this to get a little bit more girth, and it gives me a lot of traction considering this is one of my concealed carries, or one that I'm working with. I'm going to do a little review to follow up on that. So there you go. I just wanted to throw that out here. $3 DIY grip enhancement for your grips, for your back straps, whatever the case is. If you don't like it, you're out $3. Okay. The worst case scenario, you can actually take it and now you can make yourself a whole bunch of Ranger bands to tidy up the cables on your AR rifle or whatever the case is. So it's not completely useless. You can use all that rubber for something else. But yeah, that's what I'd use it for, especially for me being between a medium and large backstrap. That helps concealed carry. It feels fine on the skin. It gives me a lot more traction. And I will say personally, it will start to wear out about 5-6 months in. But then again, then you just take the other 2-inch strip and throw it on there and you're ready to go. All right, hope this helps. See you.